Kurt Fincham rejoining you at halftime of the Association Free Welch women's game. This is the 5th place game in the ACCA National Tournament 2015. We're in Joplin, Missouri on the campus of Missouri Southern, and our halftime score is 24-15, Welch leading, and they had very balanced scoring the first half. Elizabeth Palmer with 6 points, and then 4 different players with 4. Claire Ryan, Leslie Nichols, Jessica Melvin, Amy Pickett, all with 4. 2 points for Rachel Burns. For their total of 24, Association Free led by Emily Berge, who had 8, 3 for Katie Berge, 2 for Katie Strand, and 2 for Paige Berge. So the Berges and the Strands, the only ones scoring in the first half for Association Free, and I think they probably aren't very happy with their point output. And really, when you look at their other games, it's just unbelievable. They scored 77 in a win against Providence. They scored 69 in a win against Welch. Am I on the men's side? Might have that wrong, but I know they scored 77 in a victory against Providence, and here they have only 15 at halftime. That's on a pace to score 30, so not scoring a lot of points here is Association Free. The other game, they scored 76 in a loss to Ozark, so they need to get their offense going if they want to have a chance in this one. They don't score on their first possession, but Welch does. That is Ashton Johnson, who shoots in her first basket, so that's not the way when you're trailing at halftime. You want to start by scoring and not letting the other team score. Instead, 2 turnovers now in 2 possessions as they turn it over again, and Welch scores in their first possession. They lead by 11. There's a 3-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Nichols from Welch, and AFLBS will get it. Katie Strand to throw it in. She gets it into Katie Berge. Katie to Katie. Strand to Berge. 23 is Nessa. Katie gets it back. Morgan Strand tries to throw it down low, and it's thrown away. So Association Free with a bit of a turnover fest here in the first part of the second half. Nichols has her shot blocked, but a foul called as she shoots. Morgan Strand called for the foul, and going to the line will be Leslie Nichols. Strand's second foul. Nichols looking for her 5th point, and she has it. Leslie Nichols, 6'1", from Old Hickory, Tennessee. I do not know my Tennessee geography. I have no idea where that is. Nashville is where Welch is from. If you'd like to tweet me, you can let me know where Old Hickory, Tennessee is if you happen to be listening to the game as a Welch fan. ACCA Hoops. Send your tweet there and we will find out where Old Hickory is. You can communicate with us via Twitter. Ask a question, make a comment, answer a question of mine. Going to the line for AFLBS is Paige Berge. She misses the free throw. She was fouled by the aforementioned Leslie Nichols, the one who's from Old Hickory. Both free throws missed by Paige Berge. Old Hickory has it. Passes off to Ryan. Melvin drives. Ryan drives, dumps it inside. Shot, no good. Caroms around, finally. Picked up. This is Katie Berge on the run. Shoots and misses. Melvin goes to the floor in the lane. No kind of foul call. Now the ball saved inbounds to Colin Carter. Excuse me, that was Katie Strand who shot and missed. I was looking at 11 for Welch College momentarily. That's Colin Carter, but the 11 for AFLBS is Katie Strand. So again, AFLBS not clicking on offense, and Jessica Melvin shoots one in for Welch. 29-15 now, a 14-point lead. There's still time, but if AFLBS wants to get back in this one, they're going to have to get it going offensively. Three-pointer rattles in there. That helps. If you are an AFLBS fan, Katie Berge, her first field goal. She has 3 free throws. And now a three-point basket. 6 for her. 29-18. Johnson, I believe, is fouled as she goes down the lane. That's going to be on Paige Berge. Melvin drives baseline, puts it up and in. Jessica Melvin has 8. The Welch lead is 13. 16 to go as that pass goes over to Katie Strand. Katie Berge inside to another Berge. Her shot is blocked. That was Paige who got her shot blocked. Now stolen away. That was Watson who picked it up. Berge, Katie splits defenders, shoots and misses, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Tweet from somebody out there listening. Old Hickory, 18 miles away. I'm assuming that means 18 miles from Nashville, the location of Welch College. Free throw, second one missing. A long shot missing as well. Berge hit 1 of 2, 31-19 our score. So Old Hickory is a kind of a suburb of Nashville, Tennessee. Thank you to Kaylee for giving us that information. Down the lane, shot missing by Melvin, and then the ball goes off of her hand. She tried to get the rebound, it goes out of bounds off her hand. And AFLBS gets it back. 31-19, they trail. Pass ahead, shot missing by by Morgan Strand. She was pretty open. Actually could have driven to the basket and made a layup maybe. Nobody really there, but she turned, found herself open, rose up for the shot, couldn't get it to go. So it could be the Welch defense, but we talked about the fact that AFLBS has scored a lot of points in this tournament and just not scoring well today. Underneath it goes, shot missing by Emily Berge. Rebound, Welch. 77 points in beating Providence, 76 in losing to Ozark. So 76.5 points per game is the average for AFLBS in this tournament. I'm sure they're not averaging 76 on the year, but today, only 15 at halftime, only 19 now, and we've played 25 of the 40 minutes of this game. The referee is consulting about something. There was a held ball, and the shot clock should not have been reset on a held ball. And the referee decides that 21 is what he wants on the shot clock. So that's what they do. Melvin drives, kicks, baseline layup, good by Johnson, Ashton Johnson. Nice job by Melvin of drawing the defense and then turning around and flipping it to Ashton Johnson. Katie Berge drives and shoots it in. 9 for Katie. A 12-point lead for Welch. Melvin has the ball stripped away and stolen. Stopping, popping, and hitting is Emily Berge. She has 10. The lead down to 10 as well. 33-23. 13-27 to go. I don't care who wins. I like to see a good game, so because of that, I would like to see AFLBS make a run here and make it close. Makes it more exciting for an announcer that is completely unbiased, in this one at least. Foul called there, and it will be Elizabeth Palmer stepping to the line for Welch. She rolls that one in. Used every section of the rim to get that one to go in. Free throw good by Elizabeth Palmer. And I heard some cries, some shouts from the other side. Good job, Liz. So maybe I should call her Liz. Baseline shot up and in by Paige Berge. It's pretty much the Berge show here for Association Free. All but 2 points have been scored by someone with that last name. The lone 2 points. Other than that, Katie Strand. Baseline shot missing. Rebound, Welch, and traveling. And a bit of a puzzled look on Rachel Burns' face. I think I know what happened on that one. She caught the ball and pivoted, and then she pivoted off the other foot. So that would be traveling. A holding foul called as Emily Berge is driving to the basket. And they'll reset the shot clock to 30 after the foul, which is common practice in college basketball. Had a few issues here yesterday with getting a set right, and now a 3-point basket on the way by Katie Berge. And this is the AFLBS that maybe played in the other games in the tournament and scored a lot of points. They're hitting some shots now from the outside. They're within 7 now, 35-28. Almost stolen away as the pass there, but Melvin gets it back. Ryan inside, jump stop, banker won't go. Rebound inside, shot won't go by Ryan again. Rebound this time by AFLBS. The Conquerors from Plymouth, Minnesota, trying to crawl their way back in this one. Katie Berge gets it to go inside. A tough turnaround jumper in the lane over a taller opponent. Makes it a 5-point game, 35-30. You can tell I'm getting more excited. That's exactly what I asked for. A closer game. We have it. 5-point game.
Hello. Hi.
Nichols, 3, no good. Rebound, pulled out of there by Emily Berge.
Yeah.
And now it's Katie with it. Paige tries to throw it inside. The intended receiver falls down. Timeout called. And I think it was by Association Free. I'll double check that. And couldn't read her lips. She didn't really point. Somebody called timeout. I do know that. 11 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in this game. 35-30, Welch with a 5-point lead over AFLBS. Welch College with the ball after the timeout. They lead by 5. We have 11 minutes and 11 seconds remaining here in this ball game, barring overtime. Overtime puts us off schedule. I want a close game without overtime. Shot missing there by Nichols. AFLBS comes back trailing by 5. Ball tipped around inside. AFLBS gets it back. And a kick on Welch. Wasn't much of a kick. Must have just barely touched it because the pass made it to its intended target. Down the lane. Shot missing by Katie Berge. She narrowly avoided a charging foul. Couldn't get the shot to go. Palmer had it down on the baseline and dribbled out of it instead of trying to shoot. She was surrounded. Johnson with it. Whistle blows and a foul on Paige Berge stops play, and not enough fouls to shoot a 1-and-1 yet. So Association Free with, or excuse me, Welch with it on their own baseline, under their own basket. That's Melvin that's going to throw it in. Throws it in the corner. Driving, shooting, and hitting is Ashton Johnson. 6 for Ashton, all in this half. Stops the little run by AFLBS and gives Welch a 7-point lead. It's been, I believe, as high as 13. I'm just going off of memory. I don't know that for sure. Shot missing by Emily Berge. Rebound, Welch. This is Johnson. Steps inside, shoots, misses. Rebound, underneath. Shot good, and a foul. Elizabeth Palmer somehow wrestled that away from opponents. Carried a couple of arms with her as she shot that. Got it to go in and was fouled. The big play there. Pushes the lead to 9. It could be 10 with the free throw. The foul was on Emily Berge. It's her 4th. Rebound rolls off, out of bounds, and a foul on the rebound on Melvin. So Emily Berge will come out. Rachel Nessa in to the AFLBS lineup with the foul trouble. Is one of the 3 Berge cousins. That ball goes right through the hands of Rachel Nessa, and now a foul called. We'll see if that one is on Morgan Strand or if it's on Nessa. Morgan Strand and Katie Strand are cousins also. Katie will come in for Morgan as she picks up her 4th foul. So a little bit of foul trouble here for AFLBS with 9:26 to go. They have 2 players that play quite a bit that are on the bench currently with 4 fouls. .14 to shoot as Melvin starts her move to the basket. Ashton Johnson pulls up for about an 18-footer. It won't go. Rebound inside. That's Palmer who gets fouled again. This time she doesn't get the shot to go, but she will be at the line to shoot a couple of free throws. Free throw rolls off for Palmer. She has 10. I see in the notes from her coach, Larry Bryan, who graciously put a little nugget of information by each of his players. Her season high is 13. She's getting close to that here. She has 11. 40-30, the lead up to 10. It was 13. It got down to 5, I believe. Shot missing there by Katie Berge. Welch has the ball back. Ryan drives the baseline. Her shot goes in. Claire Ryan, averaging 11.7 points a game. Gets her 6th points here. Now the ball thrown away by AFLBS. So they had a nice little spurt there. Did as I asked them. I requested that they make the game closer. They did that, but now they have made a few mistakes, which has led to Welch putting their lead back up to 12. 42-30, 8:22 to go. So it'll take another run by AFLBS to make this one interesting. Melvin down the lane, stops and pops the jumper, in and out, no good. Rebound, and that was, trying to catch her number, that was Rachel Burns, number 24. Three-pointer, Katie Strand, good. That helps a bit if you are an AFLBS fan. Strand shoots in the 3, gets it back to an 11-point game. Ball goes off the foot and out of bounds of Elizabeth Palmer. Turnover gives the ball back to Association Free Lutheran Bible School. Now you know why I say AFLBS. Bounce pass inside, picked off by Nichols for Welch. Melvin in for Nichols. Now out to Ryan. She backs out of there, does Ashton Ryan. Tries the other side, 10 to shoot as she gets the ball to Melvin. Teammates hollering out the time. 6 to shoot as Ashton Johnson lets go with a 3. Now the lead is 14. 6:53 to go. Baseline jumper, no good for Emily Berge. Rebound Welch. Lob in for Nichols. Puts it up and in. Leslie Nichols with 7, and Welch now with a 16-point lead, and timeout called by Coach Phyllis Hanf, H-A-N-F, Hanf. She doesn't like the last couple of minutes. She'll talk to her team about it during this timeout, and we will take a break. You're listening to the 2015 ACCA National Tournament. A foul inside on Jessica Melvin as we resume play. She picks up her 4th foul. Replaced in the lineup by Claire Ryan for Welch. AFLBS, after the foul, gets the ball on the baseline. Ball dumped down inside. Unable to shoot was Emily Berge. Tries to get it back and tips it inbounds, but it goes right to Ashton Johnson for Welch. .12 is Ryan. 10 is Johnson. Put them together, you have Ryan Johnson. Shot up and in inside by Nichols. Nichols completes the 3-point play, and now I'm almost ready to predict that this game will be won by Welch. They lead by 19, 5:38 to go. Stranger things have happened in the world. Katie Berge fouled as she goes down the lane. And that's 16 fouls on Welch, so no free throws here. Inside it goes, a very highly contested shot by Paige Berge. She has it partially blocked, and Welch chases it down after it hits the floor down into the basket. Johnson out high, 5 to shoot. Dumps it inside, shot missing. It did hit the rim though, and it's tipped up and in. That looked like it was tipped in by AFLBS. I think the credit for that basket will go to Rachel Burns, who was the closest one. It looked like it was Emily Berge who tipped it in. Speaking of Emily, she has the ball and loses it. Paige gets it. Now Emily, she shoots and misses. Rebound. Chased down by Johnson. Ashton Johnson will bring it up herself. 4:24 to go. A 21-point lead. And it looks very much like the Welch Flames will get 5th place in this tournament. Quite a few fans on the far side, some of them for Welch, some of them I would assume for AFLBS, some of them just screamed very loudly over something. Not sure what happened. Bumping foul inside, that was not a whole lot of contact. The foul called though on JoJo Watson of AFLBS, her 2nd. Melvin, a 1-and-1, misses the front end, but Nichols tips it to herself, and now it's ripped away from her by JoJo Watson. Now she loses it. Nichols shoots it on the baseline. Leslie Nichols, 4-2. She has 12 of her team's 56. Long 3 on the way and good by Katie Berge. Her 3rd 3 of this half, 3rd 3 of the game. 18 points for her here in the ball game, and now some contact. Losing the ball and tripping was Melvin. No foul called. Burns gets it on the baseline and throws it away. Emily Berge with it. Emily, the ball knocked out of bounds by Nichols. AFLBS will keep it. timeout called by Welch College. We mentioned they are from Nashville, Tennessee. I do appreciate the people who responded to me, helping me out with Old Hickory. Not only did Kaylee respond, but Josh Owens told me where Old Hickory is, east of Nashville. Never been to that state, I don't believe. I was in the upper edge of Kentucky once to the Ken Ham Creation Museum, but have never ventured into Tennessee. I'm a Midwestern guy, but someday maybe I'll make it to Nashville. Pretty sure I won't make it as a country singer, but never been through there and not familiar at all with Welch College before this tournament, but we have broadcast these women a couple of times, and the game that is coming up here in the men's bracket will be the Welch men against Champion Baptist, so we'll have an opportunity to get acquainted with the men's team as well before this tournament is over. One more game here, and it was seemingly a very daunting task as we looked at broadcasting 14 games in 4 days, but we were down to just 3:07 in this one, and then one more game, and we're finished in this gymnasium. More games will be happening over at Ozark Christian. If you're in the area, you might want to pop in for the championship games of this tournament, both men and women. High looping shot, almost goes in by Katie Berge, and that one brought down a little dust off the rafters as it headed to the basket. Didn't go in. And Welch comes out of there with it, leading by 20, 2:47 to go. High pick for Johnston, and she loses the ball. Stolen away by JoJo Watson. Berge lays it in, and somehow she gets it to go. Foul called on Elizabeth Palmer of Welch, and that was a very, very difficult shot by Katie Berge. She got it to roll in, got fouled as well, and she will go to the line to shoot a free throw. Berge, the Katie Berge, is the big story of this game as far as scoring for AFLBS. Problem is, didn't have quite enough help. Shoots in the free throw. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points this half, 20 in the game. Katie off to a slow start, but she did get it going in the second half. But her team trails by 17, 56-39, and there's only 2:24 to go. Nice pass on the baseline into Palmer. Palmer can't get the shot to go, and Katie Strand that comes out of there with it. That's Paige Berge. Emily has it. Drives, gets a pick. Wanted to step back three. Instead gets it to Emily. Inside it goes to Paige. Shoots and misses. Katie Strand got it, tried to shoot it. It's just fumbling it around over there, and finally Welch comes out of there with it. The game is almost over. I pretty much have the Bergies straight. It's a little late. Dribbling around is Melvin. She finally gets rid of it. 1:17 to go. 3 on the shot clock. Ryan shoots and misses. Follow shot no good, but a foul called as Palmer gets fouled down low. Foul on Paige Berge, her third. Elizabeth Palmer rolls the free throw in. Palmer can tie her career high right here, and she doesn't. misses the free throw. She has 12. And tripping and falling at midcourt was Katie Berge, and she was able to tip the ball after she fell down. An unforced error in that she didn't get tripped. She just tripped as she spun. Tried to tip the ball to a teammate, but tipped it out of bounds instead. Timeout called. 1:05 to go. Welch will have the ball when we come back. The inbounds pass comes to Jessica Melvin. And
1 minute remaining.
We're under a minute to go. I'm rooting for them to give it to Palmer so she can get her career high, but not going to happen most likely. Ball stolen away by Association Free. A long three lofted by Aslan Fogarty. She misses. Let's see if maybe Fogarty is a senior. No, she's a junior. Thought maybe she would want to make a basket in her last game. It must be the last game for number 24, Rachel Burns. So she gets a nice hand from the Welch fans who are here. Rachel Burns is indeed a senior from Springfield, Ohio, the only senior that I see on the roster. So Welch will, barring some sort of attrition, have a lot of their team back next year. That one shot in by Taylor Walker, I believe, number 32. Her first basket. And now Coach Larry Bryan wants to get someone else into the game. Coming out is Elizabeth Palmer. She's a sophomore. Coming in, Lauren Strickland, number 22. And I think this is her first appearance in the game. And it's always a nice gesture when the coach tries to get some of the bottom of the bench in. There's a long looping shot that hits the cable by Abby Smith, and Abby laughs about that. She is a senior, 4'10", out of Brooklyn, Minnesota. And I think probably her motive there was to try to get a basket in her last collegiate game. Didn't happen. And the buzzer will sound. 59-39, our final here, as Welch defeats Association Free Lutheran Bible School in the final game for both of these teams in this tournament. Champion Baptist and Welch to follow, the men's version. And that game is scheduled to tip off at 1:30. We'll try to tell you what happened here, at least scoring-wise, before we leave you. And here's what I have for Welch College. Ashton Johnson, no points in the first half, but 9 in the second half. So that's 9 total for her. Claire Ryan with 6. 12 for Leslie Nichols. 6 for Rachel Burns, as she's the only senior. She closes out her career with a 6-point game. Elizabeth Palmer with 6 in the second half, 6 in the first half. She had 12. We mentioned her career high of 13. Taylor Walker came into the game late, got a basket, 2 for her. Jessica Melvin with 8 and 4 for Amy Pickett, giving Welch their total of 59. On the other side, the AFLBS Conquerors were led in scoring by Katie Berge, who had 20 points. And after that, it dropped down to Emily Berge with 10. Those two in double figures, so 30 points there of the 39 scored by those two young ladies. And then 5 for Katie Strand and 4 for Paige Berge, and that's all the scoring for AFLBS as they go down to defeat in their last game of the season. The final score was 59-39. 13 games down, 1 to go. This one's a men's game, and I'm excited because it's again a team I haven't seen in the tournament yet. That's Welch College, And a team that we broadcast a couple of the games for already, Champion Baptist. They will be facing off here in what I think you would call the fifth place game in the men's side. We'll be back to bring that one to you. The clock says 11:30 to go until tip-off. Until then, Kurt Fincham saying goodbye for a while from Joplin, Missouri.